Hello dear students, I am very happy that most of the questions which have been asked in our civil service examination are from our classroom notes, right? And one more thing, like geography, environment, ecology, nearly 35 questions have been asked, which means 35% of the paper consists of geography and environment, ecology, right? And several times I have told in the classroom, if you are thorough with these two, geography, environment, ecology, and any other one subject and current affairs, you are clearing the preliminary examination. I told that several times in the classroom. Okay, let us discuss what are the questions which have been asked in our today's examination. Okay, and we are discussing the set A. Okay, in the set A, they have started with geography questions. Okay, so the first question of our set A says that consider the following statement: Jhelum river passes through the Wular lake, right? Krishna river directly feeds Kolleru lake. Meandering of Gandak river formed Kanwar lake. Okay, Jhelum river passes through the Wular lake. This is correct statement. Okay, then Krishna river does not directly feed the Kolleru lake because Tamileru and Budimineru, these are the two streams which will be feeding directly the Kolleru, not the Krishna, guys. And meandering of Gandak river formed Kanwar lake. Okay, the meandering of the Gandak has given us a formation of the Kanwar lake. So the answer is only 2. B is correct answer, because Krishna river directly feeds Kolleru is wrong answer. Okay, guys. Yeah. The second question, Kamarajar port. This is the first major port in India registered as a company. It's a quasi-governmental or corporate port of India. Okay, so this is correct, right? Then Mundra port, largest privately owned port in India, right? As you know, if this is the Gujarat, right, here we are having our here we are having Mundra port. Okay, and this was the Kandla port. Okay, so in the near future, Mundra will be taking all the operations of the Kandla port. So largest privately owned port in India, right? Visakhapatnam port, largest container port of India is, if you remember our class material or discussions, we have said that it is the container port, largest container port of India is Nhava Sheva or the Jawaharlal Nehru Port Trust, JNPT of New Mumbai. Okay, so the Visakhapatnam port is not the largest container port of India. It is the Nhava Sheva or Jawaharlal Nehru port, right? Visakhapatnam port is the landlocked and protected port of India. If you remember our classroom explanations, right, we have given the diagram like this, and we said that this is the Visakhapatnam port. This is the land and this is also the land. Okay, so in between the landlocked port of India. Okay, so only 2 pairs are correct, right? So the first major port in India registered as a company is correct. Largest privately owned port of India is also correct. Visakhapatnam port is the landlocked port. Largest container port is Nhava Sheva. Okay, guys. Yeah. The third, consider the following trees. Jackfruit. Remember, if you remember where the jackfruits are mostly found, right? It is found in the western sides of the Western Ghats. Okay, and in AP it is Srikakulam, etc. Okay, so these are the areas which are not deciduous in nature, right? They will be having, the jackfruit trees will be having evergreen leaves, right? Whereas Mahua, right, Mahua, it is called Ippapuvu in Telugu, right? And Mahua tree, it is deciduous, it is found in Telangana region. Teak is also the deciduous tree, guys. It will be shedding their leaves during the dry seasons. So only two are correct, right? So these two are correct, and this is the evergreen species. It will not shed the leaves. Okay. Next, consider the following statement. India has more arable land than China, right? So here we are having some statistics, right? So India is having around 156.1 million hectares of arable land, whereas China is having 119 million hectares of arable land. China, and this is India. Okay, so this is correct, right? The statement, this is correct. The proportion of irrigated area is more in India as compared to China. This is wrong, because our irrigation, though ours is the second largest irrigated country in the world after China, right? Our irrigation has not reached to the maximum. Okay, so proportion, right? When it comes to proportion, China is having more than 94%, whereas India is very less. It's around 60% or 50 to 60%. Just it is around 67%. Okay, India, and China is 94%. And the average productivity per acre in India, agriculture, is very less when compared to China. And here it is written high. So this is wrong, right? And this is also wrong, right? Whereas only one is correct. India has more arable land, 156.1 million hectares of arable land is present in India, whereas in China it is only 119 million hectares of land, guys. This also I have told in the classroom when we are discussing about the irrigation facilities in India. Yeah. Then which of the following is the best example of repeated falls of sea level, right? Sea level falling, right? The best example is Kutch. Bittarkanika mangrove, we know it is in Odisha. Okay. Marakkanam, salt pans are in Tamil Nadu. Okay. Naupada swamps are in Srikakulam of AP. Okay. So the extensive marshlands are the run of Kutch, and these are caused by rise and fall of the sea, or the retreat of the sea, guys. Okay. Yeah. Then illuminate and rutile. This is direct question, right? Abundantly available in certain coastal tracts of India are rich source of which of the following? It is titanium, right? If you see illuminate, FeO, TiO2, and rutile is TiO2. Okay. So this is oxidized iron and titanium oxide. This is just titanium oxide. So these are the two, the illuminate and rutile are the two elements which are rich in titanium. Yeah. About 3/4 of the world's cobalt, a metal required for the manufacturing of batteries for electric motor vehicles, is produced by Democratic Republic of Congo. Okay. So this is the largest producers of cobalt, world's cobalt, right? Whereas in India, Odisha is the largest one. Sukinda. Okay. Sukinda district, and I remember one of the other districts which is also producing, this one is 1 minute, guys. I am not having that. Sukinda and Jajpur. Sukinda and Jajpur districts of Orissa are known for producing cobalt in India, right? Whereas in the world, the Democratic Republic of Congo produces maximum of the cobalt, right? The next 8th question, which one of the following is a part of the Congo basin, right? If you look at the Congo basin, right? So the Congo basin spans across 6 countries, right? Cameroon, right? So here we are having Cameroon. Okay. Central Republic of Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, Republic of the Congo, right? Then Equatorial Guinea and Gabon, right? So the river Congo basin, right, is passing through here, from here to here, whereas the Nigeria is here, South Sudan is here, and Uganda is here. Okay, so it is just passing through Cameroon. Yeah, and consider the following statements. Amarkantha hills are at the confluence of Vindhyas and Sahyadri ranges. Actually, Amarkantak region is present at the confluence of Vindhyas and Satpuras, they say. Okay, Vindhyas will be coming like this, Satpuras, 7 hill ranges, right? So here you are having the Amarkantak, right? It is Annapur district of the MP. Okay, yeah. So this is wrong statement, right? Biligiri Rangan hills constitute the easternmost part of Satpuras. It is the eastern Ghats, guys, right? So Biligiri Ranga, Biligiri Rangan they have given, but the Biligiri Ranga, right? So these Biligiri Ranga hills are said to be the confluencing points of eastern and western Ghats. We know only Nilgiris is the confluence, they connect the eastern and western Ghats, but this Biligiri Ranga hills also connect eastern and western Ghats, and they are present between the Tamil Nadu and the parts of Karnataka. Okay, so this is not the Satpuras, this is also wrong. Sheshachalam means constitute the southernmost part of western Ghats, right? Sheshachalams are in Tirupati, so they are the eastern Ghats, not the western Ghats. So none of them are correct. So answer is D. Okay. Yeah, this also we have given in our classrooms, right? I am very extremely happy, guys. None of the questions have gone out of our classroom explanations. Okay, with the reference of the India's projects on connectivity, consider the following statement. East-west corridor under golden quadrilateral. Okay, if you remember our transportation, golden quadrilateral, Swarna Chatushpataha, which I have told in the classroom, right? It connects Dibrugarh and Surat, they have written. If you remember, Porbandar, not Surat. Okay, then second state, trilateral highway connecting More in Manipur and Chiang Mai in Thailand via Myanmar. Okay, so it is not connecting Chiang Mai in Thailand, it is connecting Mysot, M-A-E-S-O-T, Mysot in Thailand. Yeah, here we are having the description also. Mysot, Thailand, and Yangon or Bago in Myanmar, right, with More of India. Okay, so this is related to the trilateral highway, and India is funding this trilateral highway because later it will be from Thailand and it will be connecting till Vietnam in the future to come, Cambodia and Vietnam till Laos. Our Indian government is thinking of connecting, right? Bangladesh, China, India, Myanmar economic corridor, right, connects Varanasi. Is wrong, guys. Okay, it is connecting Kolkata. Okay, Kolkata with Kunming in China. Okay, so all the three statements are wrong. Okay, so this also I told in the classroom, but yeah, I told these things, Mysot and More. Okay, guys, and this may not be discussed in the classroom, but this I have also told in the classroom. Yeah, then yeah, here it is written, right, the Porbandar to Silchar, right, then India, Thailand trilateral, Myanmar, Thailand, one of the flagship programs connecting between Asia and India, More in India, Maosat in Thailand, Bagan or Bogo in Myanmar, right, and BCIM, Bangladesh, China, India, Myanmar economic corridor, right, it is passing through, right, the Kolkata, okay, towards Kolkata, Manipur, Silchar, not the Varanasi. Yeah, 56th question, right. So 1 to 10 directly in set A we are discussing. The next question is 56th question, right. Cepheid variables. Actually, if you remember our classroom, we have said Cepheid variables. the giant clouds of dust gas in space, right? So brighten and dim periodically are called as the Cepheid variables. Twinkling stars are called as the Cepheid variables, brighten and dims. Okay, nebula is the giant cloud of dust and gas in the space, right? Whereas pulsars, if you remember, pulsars, we have said that they are the fastest rotating stars, right? They are the fastest rotating neutron stars, okay, that are formed when massive stars run out of the fuel and collapse. It is the collapse, the core of the massive collapsed star, right? So it will be fastly rotating, hence they are called as the pulsars. So only one is the answer. So here the pulsars are rotating neutron stars, right? Cepheid variables, twinkling stars, right? Nebula is a giant cloud of dust and gas, guys. Then this is a direct question, and I have told in the classroom, right? Be thorough with Ukraine and its bordering countries, along with, I have said that it's even the cities which have been overtaken by the Russia in the classroom, guys. So now the question has asked about the bordering countries of Ukraine, and here only two of them are there, right? The Romania and Hungary. These are the two countries which will be bordering Ukraine. So answer is only two. Answer is A, right? Slovakia is not there. See, Latvia, right? Lithuania are on the top, right? Then what is that? Czech Republic, Slovakia and Czech. So it is on the other side of the Slovakia. Czechoslovakia it was. They got dismantled and two of the republics have come, Czech Republic and Slovakia. So the answer is only Hungary and Romania. This is the current question. Okay. Then 62nd question. With reference to the Earth's atmosphere, which of one of the following statements are correct? The total amount of insolation received at the equator is roughly 10 times to that of the poles. It is roughly 5 times. Okay. Because the insolation received at equator is 320, right? Watt metric ton per square kilometer, and at the poles it is 70. This is 320 and this is 70. So it is roughly 5 times, not 10 times, right? Then infrared rays constitute roughly 2/3 of the insolation, right? Infrared rays account for around 42%. This is also our direct classroom statement. Infrared account for 42%, not 2/3, right? And infrared waves are largely absorbed by water vapor, right? Actually, one more thing after this, infrared rays are parts of visible spectrum. It is not visible. So where the infrared rays are seen in the atmosphere, right? So first is the ones which are coming from the atmosphere, sorry, the ones which are coming from the sun, and the ones which are liberated from the earth. Okay, guys. So the ones which are liberated by the earth are absorbed by the water vapor. Okay, there is a reason because of which whenever the clouds are there, we will be feeling more sultry, right? If the clouds are not there, all the infrared rays will be going back into the space and we will not be having any of the sultriness. And the infrared rays are also being absorbed by what? See, the carbon dioxide, water vapor, methane and other trace gas of the Earth's atmosphere will be absorbing the infrared rays, guys. Okay, so this is also our classroom, right? Then 63rd question, consider the following statements. The soil in tropical rainforests is rich in nutrients. Tropical rainforests, right, is rich in nutrients. Actually, the statement 1 is incorrect. What may be the reason the statement 1 is incorrect? Because in the tropical areas, right, when the rain falls, all the nutrients, if you remember our soil, right, all the nutrients will be leaching into the lower layers, right? They will be going and collecting in the B layer, if you remember. Okay, so they will be going down and they will be collecting in the B layer. So the the upper soils are not rich in nutrients, right? The high temperature and moisture of the tropical rainforest cause dead organic matter in the soil to decompose quickly, right? This is correct, right? But the nutrient rich is wrong, guys, because they will be going into the deeper layers due to the rains. Okay, the nutrients will be going into the deeper layers. After they are quickly decomposed, when the rain falls, they will be seeping into the lower layers. So, the statement 1 is incorrect, but the statement 2 is correct. This also we have discussed in the classroom. Yeah. So, this is the explanation. The tropical rainforest is very poor, right? Highly acidic. The clay particle present in the tropical rainforests are poor. They cannot trap the nutrients. High temperature and moisture tropical rain called dead organic matter to decompose more quickly, right? The high volume of rain in the tropical rain washes the nutrients into the lower layers. Yeah. Then 64th, right? The temperature contrast between continents and the oceans is greater during summer than in the winter. Yeah, guys. So, this all the other people what because many of the students called me for the explanations. For them I have given the explanation, and they said many of the Delhi institutions have given the D as the answer. Okay, but it is the B answer, guys, because the temperature contrast between the continents and the oceans is greater during the summer. What may be the reason? If you remember our classroom, right, when we are discussing about the local winds, I have explained this, right? The land and the water, right? The land will be heated to the maximum extent, right? Because the land is opaque, whereas the waters are transparent, so the radiations will be going into the deeper layers. So what happened? This will be having very high temperature, right? And here the temperature is normal. If you look just for our understanding, right, Bay of Bengal, the average temperatures in the summer are around 25 degrees, whereas on the land 40 degrees. The tropical India, the average temperatures, right, most of the areas of our sea coastal areas will be having more of the temperatures, right, whereas in the winter, right, the temperature contrasts are nearly same. If you look at the winter season temperatures, the land will be having around 20, right, the water will be having around 22 degrees, right, whereas here it is 35, right, and this is 25 degrees. So, during the summer the continents will be having more temperature than the wind oceans. Okay, yeah. Then the specific UF of water is more than that of the land surface. This is also correct. Okay, the specific heat, the temperature required for increase of 1 degree centigrade, right, is more for water. So, both the statements are correct, right, but this is not the exact explanation, because here this is opaque and this is transparent. Okay, so both the statements are correct. Yeah, that I have explained when we are explaining about the local winds, guys. Yeah. Then 65th question. This is the direct question which is asked from our classroom. P waves are recorded earlier than S waves. Primary waves, they are the first to be recorded, right? P waves, individual particles vibrate to and fro. If you remember our classroom notes, we have given the explanation. They say they go to and fro, I said, along with the direction of the wave. This is the diagram which I have written while explaining the classroom, right? And S waves, they will be moving up and down along the direction of the wave. Okay, so this is the P waves and the S waves. So both of them are correct statements. Okay, guys, both of them are the correct statements. Answer is C. Yeah, so here they move faster, arrive first, hence they are first one. They are similar to the sound waves. Why we are calling them similar to the sound waves? Because compressions and rarefactions. Okay, so this is the direction of the waves, perpendicular, up and down, right? So this is the parallel, or what you say, to and fro, guys. Yeah. Then 66th question. With reference to the coal-based thermal plants in India, guys. Remember this question, in India, right? None of them are correct. Okay, none of them uses the seawater in India. Okay, seawater will be forming scales in the boilers. That's the reason because of which they will not be using the seawater. Right? None of them are set up in water stressed districts. Okay, so the water stressed districts, right? If you look at our India, right, recently bifurcated districts, if you are taken into consideration, it is more than 650 or 650, right? Districts are there. 650 or 674 exactly, I don't remember. But if you look at the water stressed districts, it was 92. Okay, 92 districts are water stressed. None of the water stressed districts are having the coal based thermal power plant. Okay, and they say none of them are privately owned. Okay, privately owned are there. Okay, guys. So the answer is none. Okay, yeah. Then consider the following activity: spreading finely ground basalt rocks on the farmlands extensively. Right? It is the activity considered as carbon capture or sequestration. Okay. So when the basalt rock powder is being added to the soil, it will be absorbing the CO2. Okay, it absorbs the CO2. Okay, so increasing the alkalinity of oceans by adding lime, right? So it will be forming carbonate ions, right? Then capturing of the carbon dioxide released by the various industries and pumping them, right? This we have discussed in the classroom, right? And this we have not discussed. This has been discussed in the classroom. So they are capturing the carbon dioxide and they are pumping into the deeper layers of the earth, because for that carbon dioxide to come onto the surface, it may take around 10 years. So the scientists are thinking that within that 10 years, they may be coming up with new technology. By the time if the carbon dioxide comes onto the surface, it will be nullified. So all the three are correct. Okay. So this is related to our geography. Here we have discussed 18 of the questions, you know, guys. Okay, we have discussed around 18 questions, right? Out of the 18, right, only 2 of them were partially discussed in our classroom. All the 16 of them have been discussed in toto in the classroom. And as I told you, right, around same 18 to 17 or 18 questions, and they are from ecology and environment. So another sir will be coming and he will be explaining the ecology and environment related questions. Okay, guys, thank you very much, right? And if you are getting right, this time you may be the cutoff may be going little further down than the last year, right? So if you are passing, like if you are crossing 80 marks, just prepare for the mains, guys. Okay, don't wait for the results to come. Don't waste your time. Okay, bye, guys. All the best for your examinations. Bye. See you.